Hello, everybody. I'm up and ready to go. Let's get it on with the stories today. Let's start with Bun B. Still simping, nothing ain't changed. Typical for the black community. Bun B revisits defendant Meg Thee Stallion. If my relationship with Tory Lanez is damaged, so be it. Bun B is standing tall on his initial sentiments about Tory Lanez following the Toronto natives incident with Meg Thee Stallion. Legendary Houston rhymer sat down with hot new hip hop on Monday, December 14th, and he was asked about speaking out against Lanez in August. According to Bun, he has no regrets about standing up for his fellow Houston rhymer. He's not worried about whether it's affected his relationship with Lanez. I mean, people are usually waiting for the first person to say something. Then more and more people will step up to the table, he said. I feel like if I hadn't said anything, I'm not sure how many people would have been even spoken on this issue. If my relationship with Tory Lanez is damaged, then so be it. We have to protect our black women, and any black man who doesn't feel the same way is not my brother. Now here's the problem with this. Okay, Bun B, this is not a black woman worth protecting. She has slept with her best friend's man. Okay, she sings about immoral things, WAP. All right. She's from the hood. She's this is the thing with the black community. Okay, when the black community stands up for thugs, hoes, hoe culture, drug culture, they will stand up for criminals like Walter Wallace, Jacob Blake, okay, Breonna Taylor. She was a criminal. Okay, she was helping with the money finance of the drug cartel. All right, Pookies and Ray Rays. All right, Boquishas, Shanae's, the women who are ride or die for the thug black men of the black community. Okay, that's what it's about. When I say protect black women who are, into the drug game, the stripper game, the rap game. Okay, giving bad influences to our young black daughters and black men. All right. It's rare. It's about hood culture. That's what it's about. The problem is, you have black women who are of this culture, and they expect to play around, be like whores, and still expect to be treated like Proverbs 32, Coretta Scott King queens. They expect to have that Proverbs 32 Coretta Scott King treatment. You can't be a hoe in distress and thinks men are gonna save you. Okay? She chose to date men like Tory Lanez. Okay? Am I saying that, black women deserve to be abused? No. However, if you keep dating these certain types of men, it's going to happen to you, and the only person to blame is yourself. Just like Breonna Taylor was dating thugs, which is something that's very common in the black community. It's common in the black community for black women to date drug dealers, even have them in their homes, and the drug dealers would pay with some of the drug money for their for the woman's kids and school supplies. Okay, this has been going on for decades. All right, you have black women who work hard in school, nurses, doctors, okay, and they're not given that same protection or accolade. All right. Women like Megan Thee Stallion who talk about WAP and constantly talk about her vagina are given protection and praise. Or men coming home from doing a 20-year bid from armed robbery, they're given that praise. Men like Jacob Blake, who have a protection order, break into his, ex-girlfriend's house, sexually assaults her, then tries to kidnap her kids, resist police arrest. Guns are drawn on him. He has a knife in his hand and shot in the back 7 times, and now he's in a wheelchair. All of a sudden, we have sympathy for him. But not for a black man who's, has a decent job, working day to day. All right? And he's actually a victim of police brutality because he's considered a square. Just like the woman who goes to college and has a trade and stays out of dating men that will cause her pain, they're considered lame because they're boring in the black community. Back in August, Bun took to Instagram with some vitriol for Lanes just days after Megan named him after the Trigger Man. Tory Lanez did some horse stuff, period, he said. Yeah, I know Tory, I know his manager, but all of them, all that though, forget all that. If the man on drugs, get him some rehab. If the man got mental issues, get him some therapy. But you're not gonna sit here and shoot this girl, and we're not gonna say nothing. But the thing is, like, you have to understand, where's the accountability for Megan? Where's the accountability for these women who want to be a part of hoe culture, who are part of, the slut culture? Where's the accountability? It's sad to say, but, Bun P is simping. He really is simping. There's no other way around it. There really isn't. What are you going to say about that? What really can you say? I'm guessing he's into man's butt. I don't know about that. Bun B is married. Okay? I mean, where's the accountability, though? Sad to say, this is what you have people talking about among black men, and even a few black women will be brave enough to speak out and say that, black women lack accountability. They will date these type of men, get beat up, get shot, and the black community will not call it out. They'll call you a coon, call you Uncle Tom, square, a lame. Lane's hit back on his Daystar album the following month, calling the hip-hop icon a hypocrite. We got Bun B on live saying, I should burn in a cage in these times of black lives. He's saying, I should turn to slave. If Pimp C heard that, then would have had a rage fit. Now, no diss to Pimp and Bun, but you made big pimping, son, pouring champagne on women's faces like they flick their tongue. I'm too young to give you lessons, but I like to give you one. Please stay out of my case. I ain't convicted. Well, this is the attitude that of the men Megan Thee Stallion chose to date. Okay? And let me tell you something else. Who did Megan Thee Stallion defend? She defended Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor that was in a relationship with a drug dealer. Still sleeping with a drug dealer. Okay? Was messing around with 2 drug dealers at the same time. Kenneth Walker was, selling pills to waitresses at Hooters. And he was going to be paid $25,000 to rob somebody. This is what I'm saying. It's one person in the whole industry defending another person's actually, dating, drug dealing thugs. And hate to say, yeah, she was a hoe. That was Breonna. That was Breonna Taylor. So you see the whole culture. Black women who are of that type of ilk, they protect each other. Trying to say Daniel Cameron was a should protect black women, and that he was no but And then there was another chick, I forgot her name. And guess what? She was dating drug dealers too. No better than the white man that brought the slaves on what is it? I forgot what she said about it, but the fact of the matter is it was just a slave reference. And this has nothing to do with slavery. It's the fact of the matter is this woman made bad choices in dating men, just like Meg Thee Stallion made a bad choice in dating men. And that's why you have so many black women defending this culture, because the majority of black women are of that culture. They date drug dealers. They date men they know they have no business dating and get beat up, shot, or murdered, or become single mothers by these men. And to go even deeper with Megan, my wife was friends with Megan's father. He explained. And so we've been around Megan. My wife has been in a position to kind of tell her things when she was very young. He was murdered. And I let her know, as you move through hip hop, things can get crazy. Why not tell her to stay away from hip hop? Why not tell Meg Thee Stallion to do something else, go to school and stay the hell away from the hip hop industry? Why not tell her that, Bun B? Every now and then, if you find yourself in one of these crazy situations, don't worry about it. We will protect you. You see what I'm saying? We will protect you. Don't worry about it, Meg Thee Stallion. Doesn't matter. You're not responsible for your choices because we'll protect you. We won't let you figure it out as an adult because you're going to keep making these same mistakes. This is what I'm saying. In the black community, they have men programmed that you're supposed to defend black women no matter what their choices are. You might have to keep repeating the same mistakes. No matter if their mistakes can get you or them killed or put you in jail. Because that's the go-to. The man is the go-to. I don't have to worry about correcting myself, but I could always go to black men to protect me no matter what. In reality, it's no. You're going to have to learn to understand the consequences of your bad choices. Back in the day, there were parents who would say, like, you go to jail, I'm not paying your bail. You're going to stay in there until your court date. And whatever happens, you have to deal with it. That was good parenting back then. But if you do that now, you have black people who will say you're just like the oppressor. And this is what the black community would say to you. Because they praise irresponsibility, especially for black females. And if you try to put them to have responsibility for themselves, you're a coon, you're a sellout, and you're with the oppressor. You know I'm an elder in the city. We're going to protect you. You see, this is what it goes. This is what it comes down to it. Okay, protection should only be for people who are not going to cause danger to you, your family, or the community as a whole. Meg Thee Stallion is a danger to the black community, just like any other female who is like her. Because she is influencing black girls. We got to protect black women. You can't protect the dregs of society because they don't tend to learn from their mistakes. You protect black women, okay, who are doing well for themselves. You protect black women who are not in a environment like hip hop or in the type of drug scene, who refuse to leave that alone, who refuse to change their dating choices. You don't protect them. You let them figure it out on their own because they're not going to learn if you keep protecting them. Okay? Oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, that's nice. Walk yourself down to social services and get what you need. We're not helping you. We told you more than once to stop dating these type of men. I'm in jail. Great. Go pay your bail. I got shot in the foot. Okay, go to the doctor. Put a statement out to the police who shot you. Not withhold the information, and then finally you want to tell who did it. Then say protect black women. Black community does not have to protect black women who are thugs, who are whores, who side with drug dealers, who are participating in white supremacy, drugging up their fellow black women and black men and black children to make money while they're living high in the sky, having their money, and families are being torn apart by drugs. No. As usual, these are the sellouts of the black community. Okay? And unfortunately, black men who talk like me and who have sense, who talk like this, or even try to run for office, they will not get support because you're telling the black community they're not victims. You're telling blacks who could participate in these lifestyle choices and terrible behaviors that they're responsible for their choices. They want to hear victimhood. They want to hear, I'm a victim. Somebody else is responsible for my bad choices. And that's what makes the black community a sucker for the Democratic Party, as well as the Republicans. Because they're not willing to stand on their own 2 feet and do what it has to be done in order to survive, which means you're going to have to start drawing the line in the sand and getting rid of toxic people and behaviors within your community, which means you're going to have to shame people and tell them, look, we're trying to get right. And if you don't want to listen and obey what needs to be done, get out or learn to fend for yourself. Pretty simple. Am I right? Okay, hold on 1 minute. Right. Got you, bro. All right, click on the link, man. Here, hold on 1 minute. Sorry, guys, for the. Oh, all right. Here, he's there. He's there. Hey, what's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm about to shut the music off real quick.
Oh man, I thought you was gonna send it through send it through a message or an email. But okay. What's going on?
Yeah, man. So what did you think? How do you think about Bun P? He's constantly defending Meg Thee Stallion, even though she basically made a choice to date this dude.
Wouldn't that be his choice to defend her? Wouldn't that be his choice?
The problem is like you're not understanding the fact of he's not understanding the fact that she made a choice to defend this to be with this man. She's been making bad choices, sleeping with her best friend's man, and you're in this culture. You know, what we're seeing is the fact that the black community protects thugs, drug dealers, pimps, hoes, women who are in relationships with drug dealers and help them, the drug dealers, with their money operation. Mm-hmm. But they're not for, you're given all this. It's like this, okay? The black church is, says, you know what? You're supposed to, not have sex till marriage, right? But then you have a bunch of women who are just coming in there, keep getting pregnant, and you help them with their situation. But what does that say about the women who are trying to be celibate? You see what I'm saying?
So the women stay celibate, but the men. But I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm looking at it from both sides.
And even with the men, they're told to be, they're told to, work hard, do this and that, right? But you're letting drug dealers in the church, and they paying that collection plate and stuff like that. What does that say to the men? Are you telling them to do the right thing. This is what I'm
So
saying,
okay.
man.
So wait, but is it anybody allowed in the church or
Huh?
no? Is it anybody allowed in the church or no?
Yeah, they're allowed, but there's supposed to be standards that has to be kept.
Yeah, but okay, so you're saying that he should not speak up he shouldn't speak up or say anything for Meg Thee Stallion.
He can speak
But
up, but he has to just be real with it.
okay, so he should speak up, but just be real with it. But what about so he shouldn't say anything about Meg Thee Stallion if she got shot or abused. He shouldn't say nothing.
The fact of the matter is, she's been picking. You can see from her actions, she chose to date Tory Lanez, and people have told her not to date that dude.
Okay, but I'm saying, but a lot of people tell a lot of people a lot of things not to do it, and I'm just like, I just like to spark the interest of. Okay, so you're saying that's a black community. You're saying that's a black community thing.
And I'm focusing on them.
Okay, so you're focusing on them. All right, so what about the money that she's given to black people? Was she still a thought when she was giving us money?
You give us money. All right, she has the money to give, but the thing is, what is she kicking out? That's the whole point. And they're saying like, oh, we got to protect black men when it came to Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor is not someone to protect. We got to protect our black men. What type of black men are you talking about? And it's usually when it comes to this, they're talking about the black men of the black hood culture.
Black men of the black hood culture. Okay, so all right. So,
and they say about protect black women is always the whorish, slutty black women who put themselves in bad situations to end up dead, or in situations like Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, so Wack defended a black woman that has slept with a dude. Well, who are the other men that abuse her? Who are the other men that Where's the other cycle of men that have abused her?
The other cycle of men?
Yeah, you said that there were she's been choosing men that are like Tory Lanez. Who's the other men?
The other men, the fact of the matter is she's been choosing men that you can't be dating men that have this type of attitude, that have this type of personality, and especially when people have been telling you not to date those type of men.
Okay. So again, but you haven't told me the other men. Like there should be a correlation of bad behavior of men that she's been dating. Like it would be somebody like, okay, she's dating this guy, he abused her. She went over there and dated this guy, she abused her. So where's the correlation of men? I'm just asking that question. Where's the correlation of men? Because you're just saying that, oh, she dated Future. I mean, she dated Tory Lanez, and I mean, to be honest, I would need to know who are the women that Tory Lanez have been abused. But this is just this one-time thing we heard about somebody being shot in the foot from him, And I've heard. Have you heard his song Daystar? Like there's two sides to everything. Two sides to everything. So I'm trying to figure out, like, you're saying the black community, they like to pick these type of people, which people.
No, I'm
pick
saying the black women who are in that type of culture. I'm not saying all black women. I'm saying the black women who are in that type of street culture.
Okay, they're part of the street culture. Okay, so all right,
not
so
all
the black
women.
Okay,
that the black women that date those type of dudes, not all black women. The women who date those type of dudes.
Okay, but isn't she dating within her financial class?
There's other people within the financial class that she could date. You look at Eve. Eve was, she was thugging it up, but then she went off and date some other dude, a white dude. She's not doing that anymore.
That's a billionaire, but that's a minute cosm of a chance. How many people do you know? Like mind you, Eve was a millionaire and then end up getting lucky and got a billionaire. How many people do you know go from
the thing
a
is,
millionaire to a billionaire?
The fact of the matter is the fact she could at least date somebody that isn't going to harm her and stuff like that.
But how do you know? who's going to harm you? How do you know?
You have to
I mean,
take. You have to sit down. Hmm?
you got to sit down and do what?
You sit down and talk to them and ask questions, and you watch how they. You watch how they act.
That doesn't make sense because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you that they're going to abuse you. They might be
No, they're
good the
not going
whole
to tell
time,
you,
but
but
then
then
have
you
a
could
track.
watch their. You could. The thing is, they're not going to tell you, but you could ask questions and just take your time and watch the actions. You know,
Like,
people will show you how they are. You know, you just let them talk. You just sit back and just listen and let them talk. That's what I've learned. You just sit back and let them talk. They're going to tell you who they are.
yeah, go ahead.
I said, if you just let people sit back and talk, that's what I've learned. They'll tell you who they are. When I've had when talking to some of my female friends, I just let them talk, and I get to know who they are. That's what I, and I just sit back. Okay, all right, and then I just distance myself. What I'm trying to say is, like, the black community wants black men to stand up for women like Megan Thee Stallion. When Megan Thee Stallion is the one singing about WAP, Megan Thee Stallion is the one that is glorifying the thug dude, being the thug dude. Stand
So
up
what
for
is it?
stand up.
So what is it that? What is it that? What is it that? What is it that? The black community should do? Because you're saying this is a black community type of thing. What is it the black community should do?
It should not not take women like this seriously, and only pay attention to black women that are not like Megan Thee Stallion, that are not like Breonna Taylor, that are not like Dominique Clayton.
Could you give me some names of some model black women?
There are plenty of model black women. I can't, I can't give them like, all right. The woman who changed her life around, the woman that Trump pardoned, and she changed her life around. I give you an example of that one. There's some model black women like Shazard Ali.
So she has a felon.
Right.
Have to go. So she has a felon, and she went to prison, and
but
now
she changed her life.
Okay, but she has a felon though.
But she changed her life though.
That's good. No, that's good. So she changed her life, but she would fit in that. She would fit in that bracket of that type of woman. Like it'd be interesting. She was like, "Y'all women need to clean up," and they'll be like, "Oh, but you did hold like Meg Stallion doesn't have a felony or a prison record. That woman does, but that woman's now talking about, that would be a conservative type of thing right there, because then you'll hear the story of, oh, well, I messed up, I did X, Y, and Z. Now, so I found that X, Trump, and now I'm safe. So then I'll be like, well, dang, well, why am I listening to you? I don't got no record. I don't got no record. Why am I listening to someone that
the
got a
fact
record?
of the matter is, Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have a record, but she's poisoning black women, young black girls' minds every day with her music.
But isn't that a parent's job? Like, I mean, so you're saying that we believe the music that much?
The fact of the matter is like, okay, the fact of the matter is, in the black community, this woman, it's funny how we have to say it's a parent's job. And yes, it's true, right? It is true. But if we say, we try to hold these people accountable, because let's be honest though, all right? This woman is saying we got to protect black women. Now she's taking the stage and trying to say we got to protect black women. What type of black woman? That's when it has to be said. Just to say we got to protect what type of black man. What type of black man? Because when you see Megan Thee Stallion, this woman is being a tool, to influence the masses, especially the black masses. Okay. To be thotties, to be hoes. And she also said that women are divine and superior to men.
Okay.
So Megan Thee Stallion is basically introducing toxic mentality to black women and young black women.
Okay, I would understand. That sounds outlandishly crazy. But I think
She
she's
has
more
said
so.
that, and the thing is,
I
it's like,
think well,
you
okay, but
know,
I think she's pandering to her sales audience. Mind you, her CD didn't do that well. She sold a CD, it didn't do that well. So
mm-hmm.
she was trying to market. She's a marketer. She's a saleswoman. So she's going to say stuff to get a certain type of audience. Just like Beyonce said, "Who wants the world? Girls go to the left and all that stuff." But she literally is a housewife. So I mean, but nevertheless,
This is
Beyonce
what
is
I'm
talking
saying.
about shaking and doing X, Y, and Z. You think Beyonce would listen to other women talk about stuff? I mean, mind you, Beyonce talking about women empowerment and shaking ass all the time. What was different about that? What's different about her saying that? Jay Z was talking about selling dope and crack and coke. Now I'm saying he wearing a suit. So
Yeah, but the thing is,
are we picking and choosing? I
picking and
mean, you
choosing.
can.
The fact of the matter is that, you know, Beyonce. Yeah, I'm saying the fact is Beyonce is going around, doing that. Okay, but you don't see her crying over, dating somebody that's going to shoot her in the foot. All right,
Well,
and
she
I
was
don't really
dating
care
she
for
was
her
dating
music
Jay
either.
Z at a young
But
age. She was dating Jay
mm-hmm.
Z at a young age. Like she was not that old. Like still a teenager while she was dating Jay Z. So that's some kind of
All
pedophilia
right.
type of shit. Nobody said anything about that.
Yeah, but I think we're getting off the topic with that because I'm trying to get back with the Megan Thee Stallion.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah,
really
no,
the
okay,
topic
you're
right
right.
here.
But
The
I'm
fact
just
that
showing you that there's a lot
that
of hypocrisy.
not Big Pun, Bun P is trying to say, well, I'm an older man, and we'll protect you. So it's not really helping Black women to understand the consequences of their choices. That's the whole point. And these people are influencing the Black women within the community.
But don't everybody have a choice?
Okay.
Okay, so doesn't everybody have a choice?
Yeah, everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice, right? But then it comes to a point where we have to be like, you know what? I have to look at my choices. And unfortunately, that's not given to Black women. It's like we'll always protect you. We'll always
Who
be
said that
there
it's
for you,
not
no matter
given to black
how many
men?
choices. Huh?
Well,
Huh?
who said it's not given to black men? Like, where's that coming from? That's a victim mentality right there. It's not get. We don't have a choice. You always have a choice.
Right. But
You always have.
this is what's given to you know, the Black man and the Black women who are of that thug culture, thug hood culture. That's what's given to them. That you're a victim. No matter in certain situations where you brought it on yourself, like Jacob Blake, Walter Wallace, Breonna Taylor.
I think we
Corn.
keep on. I think I'm hearing people uh push the narrative of thug culture as black culture, and that to
But
me,
this is what's pushed. This is what's been pushed.
but
But
then
this is the type of, there's different sects of Black culture. There's different sects of Black culture. But I'm talking about this right now
okay,
that's being pushed that we should be there to protect thuggish Black men and whorish Black women.
okay. So question,
When these people are toxic to the community.
so does hip hop not talk about abusing women?
Huh?
Does hip hop not talk about abusing women, families, and drug abuse? Right?
Again, I think we're just getting
No, no,
more
no, no.
off the topic with the
Okay,
fact
okay.
because
Well, I'm
I'm
not.
saying
Well, I don't.
like,
I'm not an east. I'm not. Well, I don't want to agree to something that I don't agree to. That's something you agree to. Real
right,
news. That's something I don't agree to. That's the thing about it. Like you may say that.
right.
You may say that's your thing. Like I don't just jump on panels anymore and
Mm-hmm.
just agree with somebody. I listen to what
Right.
they're saying, and then I
No,
always
no,
try to
no, no,
figure
no.
out.
I mean that
So
it's
no,
good to have
so that's what I'm saying.
it's
Like
good to have
that's why
difference of
I
opinion.
provide pushback because I'm gonna look at okay. So if you're saying that, then there shouldn't be no. Then nobody should speak up for black men. Then there shouldn't be black women that speak up for black men. But predominantly, I mean, that's predominantly
No,
who
they
speaks up for
can,
black
but the
men
thing is
is
this:
black
there has
women.
to be a line of, there has to
Oh,
be
they
a
can.
description.
So they
We
can
can't be
speak up for
talking
them.
about It's not. You can't be talking up for like people. Like I said, it's like having that pastor in the church talking about how women got to stop doing this, men got to stop doing that, right? And you have, you know, men doing the things that you're talking against, and they still getting that help. So what does that say about the men and women that are actually obeying what the preacher says? So this is the
That's called worry about
this
your
is
own
like
self.
why worry about your own self, but you want us to worry about people that are making decisions that you clearly see that was their own doing. They have to learn from it. Megan had a choice to go and put Tory Lanez in handcuffs, but she didn't, and that's the problem.
But he still got charged. So what's the problem? If he
The
still
thing
got
is,
charged,
she should have. The problem is the fact that she should have done that way ahead. The instant she was seen coming out the car in that video with her feet, bloody feet on the pavement, she should have said, "This dude shot me," not protect him. Okay, and that's why people were joking with her, clowning her, calling her a joke, because she was a joke. And then she said, "We got to protect black women," and then want to clown Daniel Cameron for doing his job in the Breonna Taylor case. And we got to stand up for our black women, trying to put up heroize Breonna Taylor, who died because she did the same thing as she did, which is dating dudes like Tory Lanez. And this is what is put in with black culture, that we have to protect women, like black women, like Megan Thee Stallion and Breonna Taylor, which is wrong. Okay, protect black women that are not like these type of women.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay, you can't be protecting people with toxic behaviors because it's gonna soon come back on. It's like you keep saying a person has the same issue and they don't correct that issue. All right, they still keep dating those type of people, and they still have to keep running to you for protection. And after a while, it's like Super Mario Brothers, right? You save the princess, and you still got to go to another castle and save the princess. She's still messing her. There was a meme about it, right? And then you see Princess Toadstool in the bed with Bowser, and Bowser's talking to Princess Toadstool. He still believes that story that you're a prince, that you're a victim. Yeah, and she's having a cigarette in the meme. That's the whole thing. You're playing Captain Save-A-Hoe to a woman who's going to still keep being a hoe. No, after a while, there has to be a line of cutoff, and then that person learns.
But when I asked you, you will never ever answer my question. When I asked you about what's the resume of dudes that she's dated like Tory Lanez, you couldn't answer that. And I asked you about what's the resume of abuse Tory Lanez has exhibited towards women, you couldn't answer that. But we're looking at this one.
I didn't say about it. The thing is like they were told not to date somebody. Like obviously people knew.
Why would I have to listen to nobodies? Like who are these nobodies? Like y'all just my friends. Y'all, they're clout chasers. That people that hang on to them. Like people tell me what to do all the time, and I'm like, who are y'all? Y'all are smaller than me. Y'all feed off of me. Why do I need to listen to you? Like that's funny. Her friend was dissing her and made a diss track, but then her friend saying, well, I still listen to Meg Thee Stallion, like she's a great artist. So they're literally just destroying whatever she had to say. Because literally, if you write a diss track, but you still buying her music. In the end, that means she still won. That's like the dudes that are talking try about Tory Lanez, but they're still asking him to write music. Like I see why he feel like, yo, like, but then again, men calling out. Because I'm trying to figure this out. So men are saying that, hey, we don't stand for the abuse that goes on and that's portrayed. Like we rap about it, we might sing about it because that's what the audience. Mind you, most artists don't even write their music anymore, but they rap about it and they do X, Y, and Z. But however, guess what? Motherfuckers still be buying their CDs and stuff. Like it's crazy. The baby done slapped the whole female. Guess what? Women still go to his. Women still go to his concerts.
See, like that's what I'm saying. You have a choice. I mean,
So,
the thing is
but
like
you just said we don't. You said black men don't have a choice. You said that.
no. I'm saying that's what they've been taught, that they don't have a choice. The black men that, into that thug street culture, they don't have a choice compared to men that have taught that, listen, we have a choice.
Okay. So here you have it where a man is saying something. Are any other men dragging Bun B?
Not that I know of, but the thing is, like, there are, well, yeah, there's other men who have criticized him. There's well, on YouTube, I've known
YouTube.
O'Shea has dragged him. Yeah,
Okay,
YouTube
okay,
O'Shea has
that's
dragged him.
okay, but
Yeah, that's
that's
YouTube. I'm just
YouTube
saying. But there's other
versus
men
a
in, like,
whole
that,
Bun
that's
B's a
probably
whole
in real
millionaire.
life. That doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, it's the fact that you're saying you're going to still going to protect somebody that's still going to continue this behavior. That's the whole point.
Bun B is worth
still,
$4 million. I don't think Bun B cares what us on YouTube say. Like he's worth $4 million.
but
Like
that
he
doesn't.
has.
It's like your money doesn't trump what's pretty much logical. That the fact of the matter is, so like, you can say we'll protect you. How about just sit Megan down? As I said, if you've seen that Megan's father was murdered, right, and hip hop could be a little crazy, why didn't you just tell her to steer away from hip hop, pursue something else?
She's making money.
If you know hip hop is so dangerous, why not just steer away from that stuff?
So what's she supposed to do? Okay, so she leaves hip hop, but she has people working for her
when she was younger, because he's known her since she was young, according to the article.
Her parents are dead.
Right. But according to him, he says he's known her since she was young. So why not just steer her away from that steer away to another avenue or something else? If you know the hip industry is full of men that are that are not good.
Okay. I'm gonna take Meg Thee Stallion words. Man. So okay, so she's worth $3 million. So she would have to find somebody that's worth $3 million. That literally a $3 million net worth doctor. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
She'd have to do what she had to do, man, because
right. So she's supposed to sit and wait. Nobody's
not sit and wait. No, I'm not gonna sit and wait, but she could date outside her ethnic group.
Oh, so
she's gonna have to adapt. She's gonna have to do something. Look at Eve. She dated somebody. I don't have a problem with that. I don't see I'm not with that. If you could find somebody that actually loves you for you and wants to take care of you, regardless of the color of skin, it's forget that. The fact that they could take care of you and not gonna harm you, that should be the main goal. And they love you, genuinely love you, and you love them. That should be the main goal.
Okay, so you're looking at, she can go ahead and choose whoever she wants, so long as they love her. Okay, so she did choose somebody who loved her. They were in a whole relationship. I did a whole simple research on that. They had video, they did a lot of stuff, and X, Y, and Z, and they had one bad fight that got really bad, and then boom. So what now? What now?
She just got to learn from her mistakes, man.
So Stacey Dash was in the industry, and she chose a whole white man, and he got her arrested.
Yeah, because because she put hands on him.
Okay. Did the white man know Stacey Dash was going to put hands on? Did the white man know that?
Well, yeah, I understand that. BLT, with that relationship, that right there, that was rushed. I think it was they were married. They only knew each other for a couple of days.
Oh,
and they got married.
Oh, see,
it's not about like having a white man is he's the savior. It's the fact of the character of the person. And the thing is, like, she, I think she's just had a history of this rushing into things. Plus, also, Stacey Dash has a traumatized history. I think she had to fight off a rapist, and there's a lot of issues with Stacey Dash as well.
But she still went off, found somebody else, then she done preached the whole gospel of, about black people, X, Y, and Z. then dated
Oh,
out.
well,
Dated
that's
out.
the problem.
And then end up going to jail. And guess what?
She shouldn't have
Everybody
done
now
that.
looks at her. Everybody now looks at her like she's a clown because she's like, well, you did all that stuff that you said, and now your ass is getting locked up. But now you coming right back to black people talking about the woes of being a black woman. Man, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yep, that right there, you can't be doing.
Then we
doing
can
a
also
Candace
look at
Owens.
Tiger Woods. Now Tiger Woods got his ass dragged. You know what I'm saying? I find it very interesting. He was talking about, well, I would see myself as black. And then all of a sudden, Tiger Woods, then he had no problem. There was no problem while all these white women were just clowning him after one time he had a drunk driving thing and he crashed his truck. And yeah, she got the biggest divorce settlement on him. And all these white people were like, oh, I would never deal with Tiger Woods. And they trash him and bash him. Now, mind you, he divested out. And that's his choice. But then all of a sudden he started talking, well, my people. No. Hold that, sit in your stool, stew in that shit. Same thing for Ice Cube and Gooding Jr. Seem like they all do it, and they all said that they don't want to deal, and they said that they don't want to deal with culture, and that's fine. That's their choice. But whenever they fuck up, be prepared how the other culture treats them. I doubt they show them any love, and that's something that we see as a consistency. So, Eve still be coming around BET and want to talk with the other sisters, and they just look at her like, why are we talking with you?
The thing is like you can't be basing. The problem is like you can't be
but I'm
you date
showing
a
you
white woman or a white man. That is Jesus. You have been raptured and you've brought to heaven. Every tear has been wiped from your eye, and all the suffering is no. That is that Martin Luther King says that it's your character that matters, not your skin color, and that is the problem. That is the problem. You look at skin color. If you want to look at skin color and see that as salvation to the promised land, then you're going to have a rude awakening. That's just how it is. Now I'm just going to go on to the next. The next one is going to talk about the Trump stimulus package. Let me get into that. All right, let's go. Let me get into what it said about Trump. Then a few months relief legislation. Here we go. Throughout the summer, Democrats cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation and effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda and influence the election. Then a few months ago, Congress started negotiations of a package to get urgently needed help to the people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. The $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief pay. And not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. I'm asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 per couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items of this legislation. Send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package. And maybe that administration will be me. And we will get it done. Thank you very much.
I have hope because of the virus. That's why we support this bill. The way this down the path, a first step.
The bill is not a long-term bill. It's a survival bill. It gives us money that we need immediately, but make no mistake about it, we're going to have to come back and get more.
I think that's what I was trying to get the video that was showing like the reason why Trump slammed the stimulus bill. Okay, and it was the fact of the matter is the bill was giving money out to other countries, and American citizens was just getting pennies. That was the problem. Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
DMT.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
So it's about so he's putting it out there that hey, we're paying other countries more. We're paying other countries more,
Right.
and we're giving another. One being honest, he was the one that said, hey, he doesn't want to pay the United Nations like that. That was his words, and he said, he didn't want to pay the United Nations like that. He didn't want to pay those other countries like that. All right, but he wants to bring back the American dollar. Now the whole market done crashed. Whole market done did all kind of crazy stuff. Um, and China don't like him. A lot of countries don't like him. So I'm trying to see. So who we supposed to be dealing with, or where we supposed to get our resources with, like that, if we ain't dealing with China no more.
Trump, but I do respect the fact that he was calling them out. For the way that the Democrats thought that giving us $600 stimulus was going to be okay, and that's not going to be okay. I mean, I already know you can't really depend on the government for much, when it comes to like, for yourself, except for, when you want to buy land or you want to get a grant and stuff.
Is that depending
like
on
that.
the government? Is that depending on the government?
Type of situation, huh?
So I'm just asking. So, are you for a stimulus check or no?
Yes, I'm for the stimulus check, but but it cannot be $600.
Does the government have to give out a stimulus check?
It should, it should give out a stimulus check since you're closing down businesses and you're, putting into all these restrictions, and people are unemployed.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that we all should just look to them, but the government should help. It should. Okay. All right, let me just read this article. President Trump on Tuesday evening blasted Congress over the already passed COVID-19 relief package and called on both chambers to send him a new bill increasing stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. President expressed dismay with the $2.3 trillion package that Congress passed Monday, which includes $900 billion in coronavirus relief, $4 trillion to fund the government until October, conflating the two bills and saying the spending goals were misguided. A few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace, Trump said in the video posted on Twitter. Despite all the wasteful spending, a much more $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments and not enough money given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously, he added. The bill includes special terms, restaurants and hotels, access to larger loans for Paycheck Protection Program, and is moved praised by the National Restaurant Association. It does not include the Restaurant Act. The bill restaurant industry had pushed for earlier that would have set aside $120 billion in funds for restaurants or bars with fewer than 20 locations. Trump cited the slew of provisions from the government funding bill as wasteful add-ons to the COVID-19 package, including $8.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $40 million to the Kennedy Center in Washington. Falsely claimed the bill provided more stimulus funds to non-citizens and citizens. No, it did. COVID-19 relief bill prevented undocumented immigrants from receiving stimulus checks, but did allow mixed status households to receive the checks. Such households, only the citizen adult and its children will receive funds. Trump did inexplicably threaten to veto the package, which passed to both chambers with overwhelming and veto-approved majorities. If he vetoes or opts not to sign the bill Monday at midnight, the government will shut down and several key unemployment benefits will expire. The federal government is currently funded through December 28th as part of the stopgap bill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, spent months pushing for a larger COVID-19 relief bill in the face of GOP opposition. Quickly responded to tweets saying she was in full support of increasing the size of the stimulus checks. Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amount the president wanted for the direct checks. At least the president has agreed to 2,000. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor this week by unanimous consent. My thing is, have to be this would have to be done. It should have been put a reasonable amount. Put yourself in these people's shoes. All right, $2,000 sounds reasonable. Okay.
All right.
For the most part, not $600. Okay.
All right.
I mean, you got to think about how these people, imagine if you're in their situation in BMT and Young Play, and I say, I will give you $600, but I'm giving out money to other countries in droves.
Does anybody know?
There's a problem with that.
Not question. And I'm asking the question: does anybody know why they're giving out that money to those other countries? Does anybody know why?
I've looked up. It says like giving us money Pakistan for weapons and stuff. I'm like, not sure. But the fact of the matter is, why are you giving that money out to them when America needs it? America should come first.
Okay.
Especially in a pandemic.
Okay.
That's the thing. That is hands down. You have people dying of coronavirus. You have, people losing their homes, and you want to give money overseas when money should be put here. Kids killing themselves in online having to do online classes. We're starting to have that.
Kids killing themselves.
Yes, a kid killed themselves when they were doing online classes.
Yeah, but that's a kid. Like, I mean, I kind of would bring that up on the parents.
Money should be put in this country. This country needs this money to help to deal with the issues that are going on. Not be sent over there. That's the problem.
All right, so it'd be fair to say
something that shouldn't be happening.
So be fair. Okay, so pay the American citizens to 2,000. All right, and that's fine. All right, so, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I could care less anyway whether we get the money or not. I don't give a shit for that money. So that's fine. People gonna still be evicted and still be out in the streets come January. So fuck it, do it. To me, I just see that it's his only ploy tactic to try to stay in the office. That's all I see. That it's his ploy tactic to want to try to stay in the office. That's it. That's all I see he got. He's doing this because he's trying to find a way to stay in the office. But regardless of whatever he do, granted, I didn't get in, they're gonna just kick his ass out, and he's gonna just redo whatever he's trying to do. So he can try. But the holiday, plus also one other month left. He got 34 days left. So he can complain, kick, and scream. He's supposed to be doing his job and start turning over power, but see, he ain't doing that. But he's still trying to act like he's the president.
Well, to me, for what I've seen, that election has been rigged, and the fact of who knows, man, who knows? I'm just gonna sit back and wait. I'm not gonna, Biden is not the president yet. I'm just gonna sit back and wait. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see what else happens. I'm just gonna enjoy this wonderful comedy theater. That's how I see it. I'm just gonna enjoy this. Just get your popcorn.
I call it for what it is.
Just watch the world.
I call it for what it is. There's a bunch of people. Sound like a bunch of people hoping that he still got some kind of power. He out, but he's still trying to pretend like he in. Sorry, he ain't even doing his job. They've been getting at his ass for cyber stuff and all kind of things. He ain't trying to. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but Trump can't make that call like that. He can try, but he need to be talking to the other administration about that.
People are saying different
$2,000.
things. To me personally, I've seen that there's something wrong with that election, and to me, like I said, I'm going to sit back and watch. Sit
But
back
when they
and
were supposed to close
watch.
down the country, with people trying to, with the Republicans, were they trying to stay inside? And mind you, I'm a whole conservative. Y'all were talking about opening up weren't a lot of y'all
Right.
talking about opening up the country and going out there and doing X, Y, and Z. So now we even more sick. Now we got all these issues going on. Now all of a sudden y'all want checks and stuff. I'm like, nah, y'all. We could have been done closed down the country and been done got that stuff taken care of. But y'all was saying that's imperialism.
I wasn't saying it was imperialism. My thing is like there has to be a balance. For me, I'm an independent conservative. There has to be some sort of balance to this. Okay, there has to be something. You can't keep the country shut down forever because people are going to lose jobs, like what is happening, and sooner or later, people are going to start rioting, like what's happening with these U.S. Patriots. They're storming down certain government buildings right now.
Right. So why is he calling out that right now? He talking about stimuluses, but you got whole U.S. patriots, as they want to call themselves, destroying U.S. property that's going to cost money. So that's contradictory. So we're supposed to pay people who are destroying property from all these riots. I wouldn't give them shit. You're lucky you get $600. You've been destroying half the shit in the country. So I wouldn't give y'all shit. I'm just being honest. I really wouldn't give y'all shit. I'm being honest. If it was up to me, y'all lucky I'm not in charge of the bitch. I wouldn't be giving shit. I would be giving y'all fucking jail sentences and shit. So I would be giving y'all that. I don't give a fuck about y'all starting date. So I don't care.
Well, you can't say that because it's not everybody that's jumping in and acting the fool and breaking up things, and so you can't punish everybody for the actions of the few. That's the thing. I just see the fact of the matter is like this is going to be a lot of civil unrest. Okay, Biden gets into office, there's gonna be all hell break loose. People are gonna be wanting to fight Biden and stuff like that. Trump stays in office, Antifa and a lot of liberals are gonna go crazy and try to fight again and start a march and protest and try to vandalize and stuff. That's what it is. Okay, either side, you're gonna have some sort of backlash.
You're right. You will have that, but like I said,
under Biden really.
No, go ahead.
All right. Now here's the next. I got a question for you. Okay, with WAC 100, do you think that WAC 100's involvement with this defending himself against these racist white men dispels the myth that racism doesn't exist? Because you have some conservatives that will say that racism doesn't exist, and some Republicans.
No, he did what he had to do. He did what he had to do. He fucked one of them up and whooped the other one's ass. So no, he did what he had to do. Racism always existed. People trying to pretend like it don't.
Right.
They always say that dumb shit. We all one race. Like, fuck, man.
If we all one race, why is this racism? Why is there people treating each other horribly due to the color of their skin? And this is not just white people. You see with blacks, you see with Asians, you see with Latinos. You see, I mean, this is why I really can't take Republican side seriously. Let alone do I even take the Democrats side even seriously?
No, I got no pushback against that. That's true. That's sure enough is true. So, him hitting them dudes, he told them to leave him the hell alone. They didn't. He fucked them up. So he had the right to what he did. So I approve what he did. Somebody say leave him the fuck alone, and y'all still getting close to him. Well, guess what? He checked y'all ass. And everybody want to come up to him, hey man, like chill. No, fuck them, fuck them. Fuck that.
Pretty much. Whack 100. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the thing is, what's crazy is the fact that Instagram deleted the video.
Of course
I don't get that. West Coast rap.
It's only the Democrats try to delete videos. Nah. Both sides play their narrative all the fucking time.
Yeah, both of them do. And it says like right here, West Coast rapper manager Whack 100 found himself in a two-on-one brawl with this past weekend with two white men after allegedly being called a racial slur. TMZ first to report. Whack, whose real name is George Taylor III, was at a Primo Burgers in Lancaster, California on Saturday, December 19th, when two men were burning rubber behind the 45-year-old in the drive-thru. Whack said he asked the two men to stop spinning their tires, at least they lose control of their vehicle, and hit him. They instead called him mind your effing business. Okay, Whack claims.
They spun out of control with their vehicle and hit him?
No, he was telling them to stop spinning their tires, at least the vehicle loses control, and it would hit him. So he was just looking out for safety.
He's right for saying that, but that's dangerous.
Right.
Why would you spin your tire in a drive-through when everybody's bumper to bumper and you by accident slip? You could end up hitting him and cause him back injury. You could probably do stuff. We done seen these accidents happen at drive-throughs where it only takes. That's some stupid shit. That's some reckless behavior.
And people do reckless behavior for some reason like that. They hate being corrected. Soon afterward, the two-car and approached the manager, who responded by getting out of his own car. The two men squared off against Whack, and who landed at least one blow on the bigger man that knocked him to the ground and left him bleeding while his friend pawning at Whack. And a video of the fight, which has since been made its way around social media, although reported slur is never heard in the video, both white men are shown approaching Whack and swinging. After the Compton native laid out one of his opponents, no other blows appeared to have landed before the fisticuffs. And when more people began gathering around the scene, the second man told whoever was filming to capture Whack's license plate, a move the hip-hop manager encouraged. The half-brother of Rap Game appears to be okay. After his altercation, he spoke about
You said the dude did what?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You said the dude did what? He said
he did
to get his license plate?
To get the license plate number, to get Whack 100's license plate number. I saw the video. He did say that. Get the license plate number of Whack. And Whack said, go ahead.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit. I was like, nigga, y'all, that's a 2-on-1. That's a lynching. 2-on-1 is a lynching. Y'all trying to attack him, and they try playing that white, what was me bullshit, and he'd be like, go ahead. The film gonna steady show y'all came after me. No matter what, it was a 2-on-1.
Pretty much.
How was that fair? But if they had fucked them up, I bet you they wouldn't say go get the license plate. They really felt danger. They wouldn't have got out the truck.
No, they wouldn't. They probably would have tried to kill him.
So,
right.
And then, so they messed me with that narrative that they were so scared. They weren't scared.
Nah, man. Nah, they that's what they do. This is what some white people do. They do that gaslighting crap. Oh, I'm a victim. No. You shouldn't have you shouldn't have tried to attack me. You shouldn't try to defend yourself. I'm a victim. It's crazy, man. This is how they are. This is how some of these racist whites are. And then they want to try and gaslight blacks. And then the blacks who are gaslight want to try and gaslight the blacks with sense. I'm like, no, man, you're crazy.
Like I said, I watch a lot of gaslighting. I watch a lot of things, a lot of stuff people saying, content creators, and all these things. And I look at it, so what's your narrative of why you're doing what you're doing? I do gaslighting myself, but shit.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
A lot of people try to play the victim card because it's used at a point of relevance, so where they can get away with shit. I mean, that's all it is. That's what a lot of these people do. They try to play the victim card. A lot of them do that.
Pretty much. The half brother of the rap of the game appears to be okay after his altercation about the confrontation with TMZ. It's fine. However, he later shared a post on Instagram calling out the platform for what he called a double standard for violent content. Wack attempted to share the clip of the altercation, which later was deleted by Instagram because it was against community guidelines on bullying or harassment. What? Wack shared a screenshot of the violent notice with the caption, "So I get attacked and I get bullied and harassed." He added at Instagram, "When a black man is being killed or choked out, it stays. But when a black man is being attacked and wins, it's against your rules. Black on black post stays, guess that's cool." It's a fact.
Yeah.
We're looked upon as beasts of burden. We're looked upon as, inferior still today. And we looked upon that we shouldn't be winning fights. It's a sad, sick world that we live in. And this is what, what infuriates me when I hear black conservatives and black Republicans saying that racism doesn't exist. It's all in your mind. I'm like, so how long did you sit down with a white master to brainwash you with that nonsense? Even when it came with the Ahmaud Arbery case, everybody's saying that he's guilty, he's this, he's that, and it turns out he jogged, he looked inside the construction site, where it was not a house. And guess what? On video, they showed not only Ahmaud Arbery checking out the house, but white people checking out the house, and different ethnic groups checking out the house, and doing the same thing Ahmaud Arbery did. And you will still have blacks still trying to defend Travis and Gregory McMichael for what they did. Sad. But this is the world that we live in. Sad to say. But I do respect Wack 100 for defending himself. Several Wax fans commented on the post as they too pointed out the hypocrisy, including one user who wrote, "Wow, who was bullying who, where they ran up, but they will post a cop killing a brother." Another person commented, "Yep, that's why I ain't posted. I already know IG would take it down." It's waves. You hit it right on the nail. They know that it's inspiring our people not to take no stuff and fight back. You can't mess with it physically. A third expressed. BMT, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a narrative that they like showing black people weak or violent or some shit, but never in, hey, I'm defending myself, I have the right, and I whoop that ass, and I go off like that. As long ago they said Ahmaud was attacking them, and they self-defense. Come to find out, those dudes, white supremacists. That bitch ass Random Tatum didn't say shit about that. And a lot of these dudes were saying that shit. Fuck them for saying that shit. And I was like, no.
And Brandon was talking about the Central Park Five, trying to say that, the Central Park Five were guilty. I have tapes and everything. It's like, turns out they weren't guilty. They were railroaded, they were coerced, they were beaten, they were starved. All that was illegal to make them confess to a crime they didn't commit. And the real rapist who committed the rape, Matias Reyes, confessed to the crime. But you still got black Republicans still spitting out the rhetoric of their white slave masters. I'm not saying all Republicans are racist, but the ones, there are racist white Republicans, and they easily brainwash black Republicans who don't think for themselves.
I agree. I wish some people that were in that post that were defending, what Democrats do. The Democrats, I'm like, shut up, because y'all motherfuckers did that same thing. Just like when Danny Glover and that other brother went up there for reparations during Trump's administration, the white people said no. So I don't want to hear fucking jack shit about, we support or y'all can get a stimulus check. Fuck that. You could have gave black people the reparations check, and we wouldn't be asking for no fucking stimulus check. We would have been done. Hell, that probably would have saved the economy, because blacks are the biggest consumers in the U.S. So you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, I've done got my stomach full of this country, in this narrative, and I'm a veteran, and I've done seen the bullshit. So, like I said,
they treat you veterans horribly. They is despicable how they treat you. They ask you to sign on the dotted line. They test you unknowingly with all these chemicals, and they do all these things to keep you to die. To basically put you in an early grave, so they don't have to pay you GI benefits, and it's sad.
It's just that is the nature. When I tell that, that is the nature of the beast, and when you tell it to some people, they don't believe you. They don't believe you on those talking points. So they're like, nah, they can't do that. They can't. I said, man, please, it's the government, man. They give out non FDA pills so many times, or shit. The veteran done OD'd or dog end up on drugs because of those type of pills, and they get overdiagnosed. I said, just like I said, these people like playing the victim mode. I watch a lot of these people, just like a lot of people want to go around with guns. I'm not condoning Antifa. I don't fuck with them, and I don't fuck with BLM like that. I do understand Black lives do matter. I would never relinquish that point, but I don't support the association that's put out there. Fuck with no Sean King and shit. But I also understand that there are certain plaintiff narratives put out there. That, like, I'm not gonna say no black people go around doing X, Y, and Z. I don't say that corny shit, but that's not true. But I don't go around doing that. But it's put out there that, hey, that we do. I don't think you. I don't believe you go around selling drugs. But hey, black culture does this and that does that. No, it's not.
No, it's different. There's different sectors of black culture.
Wouldn't that be American culture? Wouldn't that be American culture, not black culture? Or you're saying that black culture that does that? Because then,
okay. There's different types of black culture. Just for according economically, there are different types of black culture. Look, there's the West Indian black culture. All right. There's the African black culture. Right. There's the affluent black culture. Right. And then you got the middle class black culture, and then you got the street culture.
Okay.
I'm focused on that. But guess what? And also, you have that also in other ethnic groups. But I'm just focusing on the black. I am not saying and I'm going to put this out in the disclaimer. I'll say it again. I am not saying black culture is only dealing drugs in hip hop. I will never say that. That is a very ignorant statement to say.
Okay.
Okay. Hello?
No, yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. We are not all one. We are not all, one tribe. We have different mindset. We come from different ethnic cultures. I'm black, but I have a West Indian culture. You're black, but you have an African American culture. Okay. You have a veteran culture. Okay. This is what I'm saying. I mean, I've heard a black person say on Amazing Lucas that we should assimilate to white culture, and black culture is only hip hop and rap. And believe me, my brain is like my eyes were on fire, and it's just it's torture to my ears listening to what he had to say. It really was. Okay, but it seems like I'm ranting and raving. I don't want to do that, but thank you very much, BMT, for coming on.
No problem.
You want to come on? If you want to know more about BMT, check out BMT and his channel. If you're into talking about black issues, money, and self-improvement, and the dark side of the black YouTube space, as well, he talks about other positive subjects. Check him out.
And I thank Real News for allowing me to come through. I know I gave him pushback, but my job as content creator to do that. Like I said, I definitely do support his message. He's just a stand-up square guy. But you are. But I get that. Like, there got to be that one guy that literally that toes the line. I'm not against that. It's literally, I'm for that. If you want to see black families and positivity, why would I be against something like that? We need more people like that. So I'm never going to be against that. I'm never going to be against that. I support that. So if you're and being a square is not a bad thing. Squares cut, squares build, squares stand up tall. So they are foundation. If you ever make a foundation, majority of foundations are squares. So don't ever be ashamed of that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you guys, I got to get ready for the next show. Like I said, I'm running a gauntlet. So let me go ahead and get ready.
Oh yeah, 7 o'clock. You got this next one coming up. All right.
Yeah,
So if you want to check out
eight.
BMT show, check out his show. It's coming up soon. BMT Talk, Black Male
Yeah,
Talk.
y'all can catch me on the Prophet of Thought series. I'll be talking about blue collar jobs at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.